And welcome back, everyone. Game 2 here for our winners set for the FX Open Invitational Series Group O. We are going to have It's GoSu's T-Gun up against Complexity's GoSu user. Ohana will be map number 2 after T-Gun taking down game number 1 pretty convincingly there. We do have him, of course, spawning as our pink Zerg up at the top left-hand corner. He's going to be going for the hatch first into gas. And then, of course, down here at the bottom right, we're going to have Complexity's GoSu user going for a pull into hatch and then gas there. So we did see this kind of difference with these guys in their first game. However, T-Gun got his gas a little bit later and still got his spawning, his Zergling speed out quicker, so which is an interesting point to make there. Either way, we did see T-Gun taking it down Gazzle with some nice control on, nice counterattacks onto that third base over and over and over again. And then just got the supply lead and just crushed through him. So, even though he was down on the upgrades, 0-0 to 1-1, he had the roach count to just simply make it a non-factor. So, as we jump into this one, we do see, of course, both of them getting their gas now. GoSu user ahead in gas this time, so it must have just been a mistake in that last game.
Yeah, it had to have been just, like I said, just being a little bit careless with the extractor timing. Because he's being much better about it this time. And this time, T-Guns is actually going to be a little bit delayed. So their positions are actually going to be a little bit switched. We'll see if the T-Gun can still manage to sneak in the drones. Because it's a really important part of Zerg vs. Zerg. It's just like dynamic scouting, sending your Zergs around, checking your opponent's army count, and saying, I can make 3 drones right now. If you're able to do that very well, and you see the really best Zerg vs. Zerg players can, it puts you pretty significantly ahead in drones, and then your opponent has to try to catch up, and they skip a round of units to do it. And it gets out of control for them if you're able to do that successfully. So he did a pretty good job of it in the first game, and we'll see if he can do it again.
Yeah, let's find out. We do see T-Gun is actually, I don't know. It's a strange situation to be in here, as I'm probably overanalyzing everything that's actually happening. But he does get a slow Zergling into the main here, and he's actually going to see that that Zergling speed is finishing up quite quickly compared to his, because he hasn't even started his. But he does have that spine crawler here. What is T-Gun's decision going to be? He's actually taking his stuff off gas. He's sitting on 144. Did he just downright forget Zergling speed?
I don't know. I mean, like, he did have his build in a way that, like, it wasn't going to be coming out immediately. But it looks like he must have forgotten it. Like he might have hit the N key on his keyboard instead of M. Thought he started it. That happens sometimes. I just really have no idea, and I'm trying to think of an excuse on why this would happen. The only thing I can think of is that he, like, fat-fingered his keyboard or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He is actually making a roach warren to wall off at the front here. But he has completely walled it, so it's not like he's going into straight roaches here. You'd expect the wall off if he was going for mutas, but he's making a roach warren. So I am a little bit confused right now.
Yeah, that's very true. You do see actually. Well, he's not getting Zergling swinging at all, so he's probably just going to skip it, save that gas for a little bit of time. He's getting quite a few drones now going straight into roaches. We do see some Zerglings coming up, but he's completely walled off here against any kind of Ling Baneling, so that does make sense now to me. T-Gun does like to do these weird things sometimes where it's just like, I don't want to deal with Ling Baneling today in this game. I'm just going to play safe and go straight into that.
Seems a little bit strange, seeing as he was so successful with his own Ling run buys. What is he screaming about? I didn't see. He canceled an extractor. He didn't start making his Zergling speed. I think T-Gun's just being weird. That's a thing he does. It's true. Sometimes he just likes to be weird and, like, it catches people off guard. But I'm a little bit confused, like I was saying, that he did choose to skip the speed because he was doing such a good job of being aggressive and annoying with his own speedlings, and it worked so well the last game. And he's just going to say, I'm not going to make speedlings at all this game, and after that. But GoSu user has scouted that he's completely walled off and has decided to drop a really quick third hatch, which is a pretty good response. I mean, especially since there's a roach warren up front here too. He's not really too worried about a spire coming, and now T-Gun has chosen to open up his wall by killing that second evolution chamber, but he doesn't have a lot of units. So what is he doing?
Well, he's got enough queens to actually move out now. It doesn't actually make a difference. At the same time, GoSuTgun's taking the advantage of getting double upgrades, whereas T-Gun's only going to have that +1. So he's going to be upgraded, like, in a lot of the upgrades again. But at the same time, we got an Overseer coming through. He's actually morphing. Not going to die before the thing comes up, but barely going to get away thanks to the queens not being off creep. T-Gun now taking his third base at the same time. So now that I'm looking at it all of it, it would have been the skipping Zergling speed on purpose to get that extra gas. I'm surprised he took him off gas though, as he could have gotten those double upgrades. Maybe that was just a mistake, but...
Could have been what he was going no about. I don't know. He might have realized that he took him off gas like maybe a few minutes later, and then that's why he randomly went no. Like he usually doesn't scream things in chat unless there's a reason behind it. But if he does make a silly mistake, he will type it out in chat sometimes because it's just T-Gun.
Yeah.
But he's actually made a creep highway with all of his overlords, and he's walking all of the queens with his attack. They've got a lot of energy, so that's a lot of transfusions. This could actually do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, it could. He's going to have quite a lot of transfuses, as you were saying, and he's going to be able to supply cap if he can catch that queen. But no, we do see Zergling speed. They're trying to come in. That's a lot of energy on those queens. Oh, there goes one. Almost went down. It's stuck at the front, though, taking a lot of damage. He's keeping that alive just barely. So close every single time. But he's actually off creep, and then with the couple of queens out from behind, he's going to have to try and come in, save these as they go through. He doesn't have the roach count, remember. Doesn't have the upgrades, however, he does have these transfusions. And this is such a bizarre situation happening, and it is actually working right there. And they actually push through. That is glorious for T-Gun right then. He's also going to pick off a couple of these overlords as he comes forward at the same time. That was absolutely glorious.
The reason why that worked as well is he did actually kill a lot of overlords with the queens while he was coming through, and GoSuTuser was supply blocked right as he's moving forward.
Yeah.
So it did block a couple extra roaches from being made. A small group of these roaches has split off and is going into the third base and is going to kill this queen. So he's going to be stopping the larva production there. GoSuTuser has opened up the connection to his third base by taking out those rocks, but he's going to come up into the natural, but this time he doesn't have the transfusions. He's only got a couple.
Well, he can take out now the Roach Warren really quickly if he targets it down. Doesn't look like he wants to do any of that, though. He's like, oh, there we go. He's trying to get in a better concave position, in a much better position right now. Cannot move forward, otherwise he's going to even things up. Queen on the background is going to get taken out as well. That's the natural queen. No more lava coming in here of 4 GoSuTuser at the same time. Looks like T-Gun is going to push in on the left-hand side, but he's still trying to get the concave here is, like, it's really hard to determine, but it looks like T-Gun is still going to win this engagement because there's only 10 roaches here versus the 26. The drones being pulled at the same time, more reinforcement roaches coming in from behind, so GoSuTuser will still fight this off just barely, but in the end he's going to lose so many drones, 19 roaches in production for T-Gun now as well.
He's already lost 9 drones. That puts him at 40 to 36, which isn't too bad. But T-Gun has his third base going this entire time. The other issue is that T-Gun walked all of his queens away to do that. So he doesn't have a queen for his third base. If he did have a queen for that third base, he'd be in a better spot. But GoSuTuser actually trying to go for a counterattack is going to get caught in the center. That's really bad.
Yeah,
because his roaches were low health. Getting caught like this means he has no units back at home to defend. That gives T-Gun the momentum again. Now we can swing up into this base because all those low health roaches decided to run into the center of the map. Oh my god.
Well,
now he's just going to kill the Roach Warren.
T-Gun's at 0-2, whereas we got 1-2 upgrades. I could have sworn I was seeing a nice pickoff on that Roach Warren there by T-Gun. I could have sworn I saw the +2 armor upgrade coming out for GoSuTuser at the same time, but either way, he's likely going to lose this hatchery down on the left. He does have a decent number of roaches again, but a lot of them are low health, and oh, look at that, T-Gun getting a nice position on them as well. He's just picking them off one by one, and I think this is going to be it. T-Gun might advance to the round of 32, but...
Yeah, T-Gun's just focus firing really nicely, and he's getting the first shot off, generally. He's just reacting a little bit faster, and GoSuTuser's trying to, like, reposition, and he keeps taking free shots since he's trying to reposition constantly.
Yeah.
And now there's just too many roaches, because he lost a lot of the roaches.
Yep.
It's really strange, because he's 1-2, and he's still losing these roach fights, just because the positioning hasn't been the best for GoSuTuser so far. And T-Gun's managed to find the perfect concave every time. Props to T-Gun, he's been controlling really well in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see him coming in. All the rest of the drones are going down here for GoSuTuser. So we are going to see T-Gun move into the round of 32. Nothing that he can do about it now. And T-Gun coming out first in the group was not something that I expected. There's the GG. I expected Creator coming out of the group first, but T-Gun did manage to take him down early and then take out GoSuTuser. So we'll be right back with our next set. It should be Creator versus Supernova. We'll be right back. Stay with us.